Hello, there is Impossible Creations and welcome in tutorial video for animation designer. In this video we will prepare 8 directional movement anim set out of single walk animation. Here the result we will get at the end of the video. Okay, let's get started. So there we will use the model which is called Back Creature Tree by Newman, and I will just drag and drop it on a scene. And let's check the hierarchy. And I see this control reference object, which is not used by Unity in any way. It's some leftovers from the animation software. So we will just enter prefab mode, remove this object. And you see they are doing nothing with the model. The true bones are here. It's better to remove all of this stuff since it can get in a way with the animation designer when it will try to read the armature of a model. And there are similar objects which can be removed since there are some controls for the eye case, but they are doing nothing in a Unity, so it can be removed. Let's go back. And now let's prepare the walk animation. Let's just check if it's looped, because most models in an asset store comes with not looped pose, and there is the same thing. So we just need to enable loop pose, apply it. And now we can open Animation Designer with this model. Just go open Animation Designer. We'll dock the window, prepare. I will use the walk animation. And now let's ensure we select right root and pelvis, and it seems it's selected wrong. Seems there for the skeleton pelvis, Animation Designer automatically selected body when it's object for the renderer, not for the bones. Bones are here. So let's assign this as root and pelvis is here. Let's click here to hide this message since we done it already. And now we can use the auto detection algorithm for the limbs. And it seems the algorithm found something. Let's verify if it's done work properly. And it seems the shoulders and upper arms are right, but the hand bone seems to be wrong. And yeah, it's assigned some twist model, which I guess is again some control for the animation from the animation software. We need to assign true hand, which is here. And the right arm, probably the same thing, yeah. Assign hand. It's important because the elasticness and eye case will now work properly. Let's check spine. And it seems it's okay. Now let's check legs. And it seems it's a bit off. And again, it's assigned a twist instead of true foot bone. The same for the right leg. Okay, now let's just quickly enable elasticity on the arms and on the spine. Yeah, it's working properly. And just check the leg IK if it's working properly. Yeah, it seems it's working. Now there we have information to save our file to work on this character anytime when we come back to the Unity, and to not lose work if Unity crashes. Okay, and now we can start working on Strafe animations. So we will just add module, which will be Strafe Creator, enable eye case, and we will make walk right for a start. And as you can see, there is a lot to fix. We don't need to separate the legs, but there is a lot to do, like in this frame. And first step to fix it will be changing the pelvis. We'll push it down constantly, but by very small value like this. And also we will push it down more, but only in a certain time of the animation clip, and it will be like this time. There will be the biggest value, and to blend it more easily, I will enable the 0-1 mode for the blending curve. Maybe let's do it like this. Now it goes down. Too much, a bit too much. Maybe let's move it a bit like this. So it's like that, and yeah. Okay. Now let's do something with also this frame. Since the pelvis push is not enough, so let's add modifier for the pelvis. I will enable local space rotation and rotate hips like this, but let's also enable the affect IK. Okay. Yeah, it's slightly making it easier to reach the target step for the leg, like this. And let's add keyframe here. And let's make the hips be rotated constantly by some value, like 25% of this value. Here let's set the same 25 to loop this. Okay. And let's see how it looks like. And let's focus on the legs stretching. Yeah, it's enough. Now let's rotate the foot towards the target movement direction, like this. And let's fix this leg bend for the left leg. And we'll just change the hand offset for the knee. Maybe like this will be... Will it solve everything? Yeah. Okay. And another thing we will do will be rotation for the spine, to make head not rotate towards the movement rotation, just to compensate it a bit, like this maybe. Let's copy the curve, paste it here, okay, and maybe compensate it like this. Okay. And there we have the walk right animation. So let's call it like that, walk right. And now let's create another version of this animation clip. So here we have our first version of walking right. Now we will create walk left. And we actually can copy all of the modifiers and IK settings from our first clip by hitting right mouse button on this plus button. Now there we have it, but it not copies the modules, so we need to add it manually. Now minus 90 degrees to walk left. But for walking left, the hips should be rotated in other directions. So we need to change this values to be like minus 26. Then there should be 11. And the keys for it should be in probably somewhere in here. But let's quickly disable the modifiers to check which frame needs most work. And it seems it's this frame, so it's focus. And yeah, it's somewhere around, I assigned it. So let's enable back the modifiers. Let's copy the curve and paste it here. Okay. So let's not do much more for the hips rotation, but let's focus on the position. So let's move it a bit down and more down here. Maybe let's a bit less. Again, moving the curve somewhere like this. Maybe make it blend in a bit more longer time. And let's check it. And for walking left, I feel we can shift the IK points in this direction a bit, just to help it a bit more. And let's actually change the rotation for foot. Okay, it's better now, but this pose needs to be fixed, I guess. So let's actually rotate the hips a bit more, like this. And maybe let's start rotating it a bit sooner. Okay, now it should look more smooth. Yeah. Here also the legs are overlapping each other, and I think we can fix it with a IK bend, hint offset. We can try setting it to 0. Yeah, it already helped it. And we need to do something more. It seems not. But let's focus if there is need for some extra corrections. Let's focus on the right leg. Okay, there is some strange bend for the right leg. Maybe let's try adjusting hint for it. Like this. Yeah, it looks better. Okay, so we have walk left. Now we can make the diagonal movement versions for the walk. And it will be quicker. Let's just add the strafe. Enable foot IKs at 45 degrees. It already looks almost correct, so let's just do here some simple adjustments. Be constant push down a bit, more push down in this frame, just here. Maybe let's do something like this, and let's loop it and adjust the curve. Okay, and let's add some pelvis rotation like this, and affect IK at keyframe and animate it up. And this time of animation, let's loop the curve. Okay, a bit more is required. Maybe let's just push it a bit more. Yeah. Okay. And let's change the direction of the foot. Okay. And let's call it walk right 45. Let's create another version. Let's name it walk left 45. Copy settings from the walk right. And do the inverse direction. Move the curve somewhere in here. And let's do the hips changes. -2, -4, move curve, like this, 0, okay. Oh, we forgot to add the Strafe, just looking at it. -35, it will be left, yeah. Does the IK need some adjustments? I think no. Just the foot. Is it rotating in the correct? Yeah. Okay, and now let's make versions for this animation to walk back, and we will just reverse the time like this. And what I want to also add will be morph, which will use the same walk animation but in 0 time scale, so it will be freeze frame, and we will use it only on the spine and on the arms, and blend it to make it like more careful stepping back. What else I will do will be adding some elasticity for the hips motion, but actually to make it less jumpy. Oh yeah, something like this, yeah. But we need to enable the foot IK to prevent this floor overlapping. Yeah, now it looks better. And let's actually add some constant push down, but just a bit. Okay, and now also let's make versions for walk back 45 left and right. So let's go with walk back left 45. Let's copy settings from the walk back. Let's push down pelvis. And let's add the Strafe. 45. It's reversed or not? Yes, it's reversed. And it seems we actually don't need to do anything more for this clip. We need to do it something here. Maybe just push down for the pelvis. And actually let's do the same elasticity settings like we did on the walk back. And let's push it down in this time of animation. Minus around like this. And 0-1 mode will help me here. And be like that. Let's check if the pelvis, the elasticity is not interfering with it. Okay. Another version. So it walks walk back left, so it will be walk back right. And let's copy settings from walk back left. Add the Strafe creator. It will be which one it is? It's walk right. So -35. Yeah. Okay. Now again the pelvis adjustments. So constant push, some push, and different time. Let's check in which it should be pushed down most. Here, because the leg is stretched the most in this frame. Oh, I don't see where it is. Let's do it again. It's here. And again 0-1 mode, it will help it here. Like this. Okay. Yeah. And the elasticity. Settings like this. Yeah. And some foot rotation. Maybe like this. Okay. Now let's export all of these clips. Okay. So there I can check them. Now let's add them to the animator. I will create the blend tree for the movement. And it will be to the treeform Cartesian. I will add parameters for controlling it. It will be speed X and speed Z for forward velocity. And let's add first walk animation, and it was here. It will be Z forward. Now let's go with walk back and the rest. And one final thing we will do will be making the 0 speed animation clip in a blend tree with an additional clip, which will be just walking with 0 speed. I will call it walk 0 speed. It will just help out the blending with a blend tree when character is going to speed 0. And we'll again use the Strafe creator, but we will multiply Z speed to 0, so it's just in place. We will make y-axis like this, but push up the ground. And we'll do with a morph a bit mild motion for it, using the same animation clip but with speed 0. Maybe let's affect less on the legs and pelvis. Yeah, it will help out the animations blending. So let's apply it to the animator blend tree on a value 0, 0, 0 speed. Now when character will come to speed 0, oh, here I need to assign the speed Z. When it will come to speed 0 or have partially blending the speed, it will look better. Let's quickly preview the blending. Okay, now let's add it to the character on a scene. And here I will use my movement component, which is not ready for the asset store, but it will be soon. And it will offer some animation helper stuff. So we'll do the transition to movement without exit time, only when moving is true, and go back to idle when the moving is false without the exit time. Okay. We'll adjust the speed and some settings. I'll apply the camera follower and just quickly check how it works with our 8 directional animations made with the animation designer. And yeah, it works pretty well. So with animation designer you just need one walk animation to make full 8 directional movement setup for the characters. And that's it for this tutorial video. I hope it was useful for you and you like it. If you have some questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. Hit a like, subscribe for more. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.